Again, still working with the camera. Hey guys, it's your boy, Ballface8020. Back again with another great commentary. First, a toast to, I don't know, something. A delicious glass of whole water. Oh yeah. You know you're thirsty when even water tastes good. Okay. So, the idea of self-confidence, self-esteem, has always really interested me. As somebody who's struggled with very low self-confidence, I don't know that I would necessarily say to me, self-confidence and self-esteem are different things. I think you can have high self-esteem and low self-confidence. I think that probably describes me for most of my life. Relatively high self-esteem, but low self-confidence. I think that those two things get conflated. I don't think they're the same thing necessarily. Or I guess what I thought was high self-esteem. Although, in hindsight now, I see that it really wasn't. I've talked about it before. Talked about like stuff like my journey with it and stuff. But when I look back, I know I'm having a lot of trouble with the camera. When I look back on the stuff I've said to you guys, I mainly have just complained like how it like fucked my life up, like getting to where I am now, and how like I want to go back, to to having low self-confidence, because things were better then. But and that's all like whatever. But I didn't actually, I didn't actually tell you guys. Like, I never gave you any practical advice of how to do it. I told you, like, well, I said, what you have to do is you have to see ultimate reality. It's like, thanks a lot, Ballface8020. That really helps. That's not gonna. I mean, I can say that. What are you supposed to do with that? That doesn't do anything. So, it was got me like really thinking about this though, is on the playoffs in football, and I was thinking, I was looking at Josh Allen and Jimmy Garoppolo. And I was thinking about how, like, 2 years ago, I'd have seen those guys, and I would have felt feelings of admiration and resentment. Admiration because I would have thought that they were, like, really, great and cool. Like, they're tall. I don't think Garoppolo's handsome, but I know that most people do. They're tall, they're strong, they're good athletes. So people worship them and stuff. And then, like, I can't even imagine what their life is like in terms of, like, the most beautiful women, throwing themselves at them. So you have admiration on that end, but then you also have resentment of feeling like, well, like, how come I'm not like that? Or like, feeling like you feel like inferior to them, and or you feel resentment either because you feel inferior to them or because you don't have what they have or something like that. That's how I would have felt 2 years ago. And I see them, so we've been watching the playoffs, so I'm seeing them now, and I'm just like thinking like, like, it's just weird. It's all gone. It's beyond all gone, because I see Jimmy Garoppolo and Josh Allen, and not only do I not feel feelings of admiration or resentment, I mean that's enough, but I'm serious here, and I know nobody's going to believe this, but I just have to say it, so like what I'm talking about. I see them now, and I feel sorry for them. I seriously look at Josh Allen and feel sorry for him. I feel sorry when I look at Jimmy Garoppolo, So I think, like, the first question I think people would have is, okay, why? That's an easy answer. You wouldn't get it. You wouldn't get it. Sorry, you wouldn't get it. The second thing is, I think people are going to say is, oh, you're coping. Those two are, you should feel inferior to them. Those two are so much better than you. They could feel sorry for you. They probably would, but you're not in position to feel sorry for them. Okay, look, I understand why you feel that way, but here's the thing, right? Isn't a cope supposed to make you feel better? This makes me just feel like 100 times worse. Things were so much better when I felt inferior to the Jimmy Garoppolos of the world. You know, this fucking sucks. So, um, and don't get me wrong, I'm not like depressed like I was like earlier in the year. Actually, that's gotten so much better. So I don't want to make it sound like I'm depressed. I'm not. It's different than depression. But no, I think things were better when I felt more inferior. But anyway, the and if like, and again, if you said, well, why was it better? You wouldn't get it. You just have to be here to see it. But anyway, so here's the thing. Like, I say all this shit, and you know, I can give you the first thing of advice I would say is don't do it. Don't do what I did. Don't go down this road. It's a mistake. You know, you're better off living with the delusion that you're inferior than seeing the truth that you're not. But you know, I'm the one who got on here and talked about it. There's going to be people who see this video and are like, well, you know what? I want to see for myself. Okay. Well, I can't tell you how to get all the way there, or get as far. I'm not even all the way there. I can't even tell you how to get as far as I can. But what I can do is give you some actual practical advice, some concrete things you can do to make yourself feel more confident, and you can do them. You can do these things. I can't tell you for sure how far they'll get you, but you won't have to get all the bad parts that I got with it. It won't. It's not going to get you, as like I said, it's not going to get you as far as me, but it will improve. It should improve. It should improve your confidence. Your mileage may vary because you know, everybody's different. So these are just like, it's no philosophy. Okay, no philosophy. Just practical things you can actually do to feel more confident. So let's start at the top. First thing, do you do any type of strength training, bodybuilding, any type of looks maxing through fashion and stuff? Oh, one other thing. This isn't advice. This is just things you can do. I'm not advising it, and I would never have taken any of this advice when I was younger. So anyway, do you do any type of strength training, bodybuilding, even like something like, you know, running, dieting, either to gain weight or lose weight? But also like, again, even stuff like intense cardio to build up cardio strength, you know, competitive sports, for advantages for competitive sports, shit like that. Anything you do like that, stop immediately. Don't do it. Just don't do it at all. It's really counter. I think a lot of these things are going to be counterintuitive. People think, well, like, no, you should do that stuff to feel more confident. Nope. No, it's the other way around. You stop doing that, and that will make you more confident, or at least get you on the right path. This is assuming that you want to feel more confident. I don't think you do. Yeah, I really don't. But that's the first thing that I would do. Now, there's an exception, because I want to be clear that, first of all, like I said, not advice. Second of all, insofar as it is advice at all, absolutely any dieting and exercise that you are doing purely for health reasons, okay, purely for health reasons, that's different. Absolutely do stick with that. Like, if you have celiac disease, don't start eating whole wheat, okay? And you know, if you have diabetes because you're so fucking fat, you know, then you need to clean up your diet and you need to start walking or something. Maybe even in that case, I might even say, like, if it's that far gone, yeah, start lifting weights and doing cardio, because, you know, your fat ass is gonna, you know, you're gonna go to the grave, or you're gonna lose your foot if you don't get your fat ass under control. And I would say, like, worry about that first, the health thing first, and you can worry about confidence shit later. Maybe and maybe you have to lift and diet for the rest of your life, but that's okay. You know, physical health first. But other than that, anything for like either aesthetics or any type of vanity. And remember, vanity, I talked about this in my lifting weights thing, doesn't have to be like, I look good in the mirror. It can often be something like, oh, I'm strong. You know, I'm strong like I did 15 pull-ups with 30 pounds hanging off of me. I know a lot of guys can do way more than that, but even if you can do that, that's pretty good. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, I know if you go to like some gym bros like forum, you'd think that like the average guy can do that without training, without even training. It's not true. Although it's amazing how naturally athletic and strong some people are. So that would be the first thing. Again, I don't want to do too much theorizing, like why does this help you be more confident? Like I could probably go on a long spiel and sort of explain it, but at the end of the day, I don't really know why. I just know that it does make a difference. And that same thing, I would get rid of any type of like optimization to like look better. Like for instance, let's say me, I was trying to look better. I would try to get like, my health in perfect state, eat better, sleep in a, a position that's less like sleep on my side instead of my stomach or whatever. Stop eating grains so I don't always have these bags under my eyes, and like get that double jaw surgery so I could breathe better. And again, I'd have some more under eye support and then my jaw would be less Michael Cera like. And those things would all have functional uses too. But like so like those are all things you could do, I could conceivably do. Sorry, like that. There we go. Those are all things I could conceivably do even without trying to look better. The looking better would just be kind of like an accidental result of it. But even that stuff is problematic. It's still a type of superficial. You're trying to feel a certain way, just feel a certain way. So even that stuff, I mean, again, if you really need it for your health, do it. But otherwise, like for me, like I said, like this, like the recessed jaw, I mean, it causes me to grind my teeth, which is causing my gums to erode, and it gives me, breathing problems, and it makes my asthma worse and stuff like that. And so, yeah, like if I could get it fixed, I would, but I'm not going to like spend the, 40 plus grand and, 1 year, it takes to recover to get all that shit fixed. I don't even have that kind of money. And, so I know here I'm kind of borderline because I'm kind of saying like, don't worry about your health. I'm not really saying don't worry about your health. I'm saying that like, do you really need that shit? Like, yes, would I be healthier if I got all that shit taken care of? Yeah, I would. However, there are other ways to manage it that I can do that are a lot less risky, a lot cheaper. And so I would have to be honest with myself. Like if I was getting all that stuff done, would it really be about the health? Or would it be about like this type of like thing, like feeling less, stunted or, whatever like that. So stuff like that, stay away from. So that's the first thing. No type of, nothing for looks maxing or body maxing or any type of thing like that. Then because, and then that leads to the next thing, just put less effort into things. I know a lot of this advice sounds like almost like a parody, like I'm making this stuff up, but it's not. I mean, I'm sure you have to like read a little under the surface here. I'm not saying don't try about stuff that's important and stuff like that, but there is this. If you're forcing things, that's going to create a lack of confidence. The best way, it's not really a sustainable way to go through life. It's better off to just, whether it be school or work or whatever, to just kind of, like, let's say like me, right, I'm in sales. So like, I could go in and, every day be like, okay, I'm going to try to do things this way and keep it organized, keep like a very specific structure. And in each call, I'm going to try to do things like they do on the sales training and stuff. And I'm not saying that there isn't a place for that, but I am saying that like you can't be always trying to act a certain way. And it's going to wear you down. And every time you do try to act, you're at least going to feel awkward and not confident at first. Now, again, it's a balance. There are times where you do have to force it to develop new skills. I get that. Like, be like learning. Sometimes when you're learning a new technique or whatever you're doing, it is going to feel awkward at first, and you have to give it time. So don't be a spurg about it. No, don't like never try to improve in anything. But generally, I would say, don't ever try to act in a way that is not natural to you, but you think that you're supposed to act. That's the best way, I can describe it. Don't try to, like, like, let's say you're in the supermarket or something and you're getting height mogged. I have a lot of experience getting height mogged in the supermarket. I don't know what it is about the supermarket, but that's where it's the worst. One thing, like, I think the standard way, almost the natural way people would react, is kind of try to stand up straighter and just, kind of like, I don't know, just like think like, okay, to try to almost deny to yourself that you're feeling inferior and unconfident and stuff like that. The best way to do it is to get to the point where you're just not thinking about it at all. Like, you're only thinking about going in, buying stuff, and you're not even noticing the other people. And you get to that point by, not letting your mind chase after the things. Like, if your mind notices something like, hey, that guy's taller than me, there's nothing you can do about that. And if your mind is then starting to like space like, oh, I'm inferior to that guy, again, don't fight it either. You're going to notice things and you're going to have thoughts come in. Don't fight it either. But just because the thought came up doesn't mean you have to chase after it. You can let the thought and just kind of acknowledge it. Say like, yeah, that guy is taller than me. And then it's like, the next thought is, oh, now I feel inferior to that guy. Just be like, oh yeah, I feel inferior to that guy. Move on. And instead, don't try to like cure the feeling of inferiority. And that's, I think that's really where I'm going with the whole don't force things, don't put too much effort in. Because this goes for anything, whether you're trying to fight depression, stress, anxiety, and then now we're talking about any like feelings of inferiority. Because if you're trying to fight anxiety, and this is the one that I had the most experience with, or anxiety and stress, you're feeling anxious and stressed or whatever, and then you're like, okay, I'm acknowledging the anxiety and stress, or sometimes it may be physical pain or depression, and then you're instinctively, and this is totally natural, instinctively what you're doing is, yeah, like, you're acknowledging it, but you're actually trying to get rid of it. Like, I'm afraid, I'm anxious, I'm stressed, I'm depressed, or I'm in some type of physical pain. There's always that's the totally natural reaction is, this is unpleasant, I'm trying to get rid of this feeling. What you need to do is the reverse. You need to let go and truly accept the feeling. Now that's a lot easier said than done. Way easier said than done. But it can be done. And every time, look, the negative shit's going to happen no matter what. You're going to have unpleasant feelings no matter what you do. And that fucking sucks. But since it's going to happen anyway, you might as well, each time is an opportunity to try to kind of just let it go and just accept the feeling for what it is. To not try to get rid of it. That's, because, we're always trying to fix things. We're always trying to fix things, and the things like, fix feelings. But there's nothing to fix. A feeling doesn't need to be fixed. A feeling is just a feeling. It doesn't need to be fixed. Just, ironically, the way to stop feeling inferior is to stop minding if you feel inferior, I guess. Okay, so then next practical thing, never insult anybody. I don't know why this helps. I don't get it. I've tried to think of like what about this it does, but for some reason it works. I don't get it at all. So if somebody insults you or pisses you off or does whatever, do not insult them. Do not insult them back. I'm not saying like you can stand up for yourself, like insofar as you need to protect yourself, but like just like I don't know, just don't insult them back. Somebody's like, whatever somebody says about you, or maybe they don't even say it about you, maybe they say it about somebody that you identify with. Like for me, obviously, I tend to take insults towards Trump more personally than I take insults towards myself. But like, don't respond to that insult. Like, because my instinct would be, if somebody insulted Trump, would not be to insult that person. It would be to insult Biden. And you might be thinking, well, Ballface 8020, I hear you insult people all the time. Well, okay. When I insult people, it's more like I think I insulted Rollo pretty bad 2 videos again. It's more like, I don't really consider that an insult, because I'm not trying to start shit with them. I'm not trying to bring anybody down, including Rollo. I'm just saying, what I think about them. And, I don't think very much of the Rollos or the Taylors or Caseys of the world. So, having said that, like, I probably do say go too far even what I say about them. I just do it because it's fun and it's entertaining. That's seriously the only reason. But also, I don't give a shit about. I'm not trying to feel more confident at this point. So like, for me, I would have nothing to gain, because I don't care anymore. Like, so if I was trying to build up confidence, I would not insult them. I would never, I would not insult them. But I'm not. So yeah, this is only if you're trying to build up confidence. On the thing with the don't insult people is, don't get angry or have feelings of ill will. Now, this, again, much easier said than done. I don't know why this goes. This is also counterintuitive. A lot of people say that you should the key to confidence is getting angry. You get angry at people, and that's going to give you confidence. No, it's not. It might make you might get so angry that you lose your sense of judgment and do something you normally wouldn't have the confidence to do. That's not really confidence. Like, you inject me full of like crack or something, and then I go out and start fights. It's not because the crack made me confident. It's because it made me psychotic. So that's like that's not really confidence. And it's not sustainable. It's like anger. For some reason, anger, especially somebody like me who's prone to insecurity and low confidence, anger seems to really intensify it. I don't know why. And that goes for any feelings of ill will, or now again, assuming that you're human, you're gonna still have feelings of anger and ill will, which is, that's life. Nothing you can do about that. So I would say the same thing. Like, when they come up, the first thing I would do is, and this one I actually do try to do, when I get angry, which happens so much less than it used to, by the way, like even less than like 2 months ago. When I do get angry, the first thing I do is remind myself, like, okay, nothing beneficial is going to come from chasing after this. Like, the feeling is there. Okay, I can't do anything about that. I don't have no control over that. What I do have control over is, am I going to chase after the feeling? Like, I'm angry. Am I going to like go after that and brood over it? Or am I just going to be like, I'm angry, acknowledge it, move on? Feelings of ill will the same way. And if it's really bad, the worse it, look, the worse it is, the harder it's going to be. I think if your experience is anything like mine, it'll get easier with time. So, what I try to do, same type of thing. You get angry, or you've got some feelings of ill will towards somebody. You just try to like stop, acknowledge it for what it is. Don't try to get rid of it. Okay. Don't try to get rid of it. Just say it's there, and it's there. I wish it wasn't, but it's there. Since it's there anyway, let's examine it. So stop, and then try to like locate the feeling, see if you can figure out where it is, and examine it like piece by piece and stuff, and know to give it time. Know that this is, I think, the most important thing you can understand about any type of feeling, is that and I'm not trying to play down like extremely unpleasant feelings, because I've experienced them. I'm talking about like being in like a lot of physical pain. I think I've been there, and I know how like awful it is. And what I've experienced in terms of physical pain is nothing compared to what some other people have. So I'm not trying to play it down. What I am saying is that no matter how bad a feeling is, and no matter how long it lasts, it's going to go. And so you can say the same thing for the reverse, no matter how good. Like every feeling is temporary. It comes and it goes, and that goes like, so when you're angry or something, that at some point it's going to go. At some point you're not going to be angry about that. It's going to come and go. And now you can stay angry at somebody for years, but if you really examine it, you might have some times where you're more angry than others over the course of those years. So when you're angry, again, you don't try to get rid of it. There's nothing to fix. The feeling's there. That's got nothing to do with you. It's just the feeling. And look at it and be like, just try to examine it for what it is. Know that it's not going to last, and acknowledge it. Move on, if insofar as you can. Put it to the side and go on. Don't chase after it. Don't try to get rid of it. And my experience has been that when you don't chase after it, the feelings become less and less. Like those feelings of anger become less and less. You get less and less angry when it does come up. You're more prone to, you know how to deal with it, and it doesn't last as long. However, it doesn't even matter if it gets to that point or not, because it's like, if the feelings do come up, I mean, again, it would be unpleasant, but like if the angry feelings do come up in me, it would be unpleasant if it was happened like it used to. But I would also know that, like, again, they're just feelings. I don't really care if they come or not. It sucks if there's unpleasant feelings, but I don't have to chase after them. And once you know that, it really does give you a lot of freedom. So look, that's like what I think is some very counterintuitive advice about how to improve confidence. I like to think about, like, when I was younger, like, oh, by the way, when I say confidence, I want to make it clear, this is not going to make you like confident like a jock way, or confident like you want to be like The Rock. Not going to do that. Okay. It's not going to do that. What I'm talking about, this is like to improve like real confidence. It's not going to give you that fake Chad type confidence. If you want to can you get that? Well, honestly, that's the kind of confidence, that stuff like lifting weights and looks maxing can help with. That really can. Fake Chad type confidence. But especially if that's not really your genetics, I don't know what to say. I think that could probably make your actual confidence actually a lot worse. But yeah. So anyway, right, I'm trying to think back, like when I was a kid, if I had seen this video. Obviously we didn't have YouTube when I was a kid, what I would have thought. Not even necessarily a kid, but like a young man. I would have thought, like, well, that sounds fucking horrible. Why would I want to do any of that? And the fake Chad confidence is exactly what I want. I don't give a shit about real, true confidence. Tell me how to get the fake Chad confidence. Like, again, you can try for the fake Chad confidence, I would say the conventional advice is pretty good, which is, like a specific self-improvement thing, lifting weights and stuff. I mean, I think maybe the way they tell you to go about it is not true, but, like, I mean, honestly, the standard, like, imagine Casey Zandra without all the gobbledygook about masculinity. That's probably pretty good. That's probably the best advice you're going to see for fake Chad type confidence. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, I mean, you don't need that. And you're never going to get to the point where, you're feeling sorry for Josh Allen by going the Casey Zandra route. And like I said, man, you don't want to be feeling sorry for Josh Allen or Jimmy Garoppolo. It was better the other way, but that's how it is. So if you want to, you can go find out for yourself. Then again, this isn't going to get you all the way there. That's other stuff that I wouldn't know how to explain. I'm not a very good teacher. But anyway, but I did give you some practical things to do. So, and you don't have to do, and I think what I like about it is you don't really have to change anything else. Like, you can just go out and live your normal life and do these things. So anybody who tries it, you try it, let me know. Let me know how it goes and, how it made you feel. But I am happy that I was able to put out like concrete things you could actually do. So go me. Let's all praise Ballface 8020. That's all for now. See you in the next.